think the whole boat smells funky. Currently, it's damp. I swear to God, if I find a dead raccoon in here, I'm gonna lose it and I'm going home for the day. I hope you got that out. Oh, our freezer is nice and iced over. That's fun. We're gonna shut that snack. On this first episode, we begin the long list of tasks while our boat Andiamo is on the hard. Through lots of trials and error, we are learning how to fix and live on our 1983 Carver. We have installed a new rug on the deck, removed and repaired our swim platform, and replaced our broken engine impeller, discovering lots of speed bumps as we go. Come along with us on the adventures of Lenny and Katie. Yeah! So this project is our swim platform. It got ripped off in the storm. So now we've refinished it. Well, I shouldn't say we. My dad has refinished it. And we're gonna put teak oil on it, and then we have to get metal fabrication arms, because I don't make ours anymore, to reattach it. But we're not going to reattach it for a while because we're going to get the bottom job done and the hull painted. Not painted.
Can I walk on this paint?
I think so. You can touch it with your hand, see how it feels.
It's got water on it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's what I was afraid of.
It's better than it did.
The next step in this project, though, is that we have to, well, it looks very pretty with all these little slats. It's very difficult to sand because you have all this lacquer that someone just kind of poured, and it just kind of dripped and bubbled up and all the things. So we've sanded all of these to the best of our ability, and now we just gotta finish all the little slats. Then the teak will come in tomorrow and we'll get it done.
And it's gonna be so pretty.
Yes.
And it's gonna go right here.
Andiamo's gonna get a facelift.
Andiamo is currently named Shadow Lady. Is gonna get a facelift. And all these are broken, so we have to take these off. And we're gonna have to either get them fabricated or find something that makes them. One of them has snapped off completely and someone fiberglassed it, so we're gonna have to drain it, reattach that. That's gonna be a project for another day. Katie also did the deck, painted it. We have to see how that project's coming along. And we're gonna be cleaning the bilge today, so we have to do that as well. She's so excited.
What? No.
Here's how we have to get up on it. Here, I'm gonna hand you some more stuff.
Oh, gosh.
We gotta try this again. Part they never tell you about is when you're on the hard, you need a 6-foot ladder just to get up to your swim ladder, just to get on board. How's it look?
We need to order another can.
Okay. Didn't we already order it?
No.
Okay. We need to order another can of paint.
I almost think that we should do a different color because the outside around is like a milky white, and this is like stark white. At your feet were dirty.
Yep.
Cool.
Have to wash that off. Well, not today anyway. You don't have paint.
Right.
So we did our one quart, right? First coat.
Mm-hmm.
$50 paint. Talk to the camera.
$50 for one single quart.
And what'd you have to do?
I had to. Well, I didn't just start with paint.
Right. Explain your
This
process.
entire deck was covered in that fake sea deck stuff, that adhesive. And so we have to rip it up, but then ripping it up, all the adhesion stays. It's really annoying. It's really gross looking. It's very sticky. So we used this little oscillating saw to get up as much as we could. Then I power washed it with spray 9 cleaner. I used a little bit of acetone on some really sticky places. And then we got this topsiders paint.
Which looks great.
At least it's one uniform color.
Yes.
Well, aside from us needing to do more than one coat. But I was just running out.
Right. But another quart should do it.
Yes, I think so.
The edges look
It covered up nicely some of the cracking that was in the fiberglass.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully that will help.
Right.
But, I mean, overall, I think it's an improvement. We're going to get a big rug so that it will cover the majority. I'm now, though, wondering how it's going to look, that one that we picked, because it's cream.
Yeah, I don't think we can. I don't know. Maybe we look at it. Maybe not go with it.
I would love to be able to find like a navy and white one.
Yeah, that'd be ideal. You're just plain navy, even.
It's all blue?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it'll fade.
So will navy and white. Everything fades.
Well, I know that, but navy and white.
Except for my love for you.
Thank you. But I feel like at that Ollie's place, that one, like, it was round up. It wasn't flat.
Mm-hmm.
I think that it was an indoor-outdoor rug, to see what material it was made out of. I was also thinking, a lot of times on pillows and stuff that are on patios, you do Scotch-Brite. So we could Scotch-Brite it,
Mm-hmm.
and that just gives an extra waterproofer.
No matter what
Yeah.
we get, yeah. Okay, next activity, we're bringing the water hose inside because my little squirrel's gonna get down and clean out the bilge, but first she's got to finger a hole and see.
He likes saying that. He said it 4 times. I think it's very funny.
The impeller broke off inside our seawater pump, and so she's gonna see if she can get it out because my fingers are too big.
I have little fingers.
So that's gonna be several projects we're doing today. Today's our last day. Well, we're gonna do projects today.
Our last day in 2024.
Last day in 2024 to do a project. Yeah. That's all right.
Oh, there's a large dead fish.
Ew. Oh, yeah.
That's Clam Farm. You get to watch it every day.
Clam farm. Sometimes we get dolphins. It's not a bad little neighborhood we have here. Our neighbors are very nice, especially this one over here. He's very, very helpful. We'll introduce you. He gives us lots of stuff. Oh, and I'm putting marks all over the deck. That's okay. Katie doesn't love it. But look at her dimples. So cute.
Another unexpected challenge that I found yesterday when I was painting, well, before I was painting, I should say, when I was taping, is that usually when you're painting and taping off a room, all of it is level, and it's just one straight line that you tape across like a baseboard. That is not the case on this deck, because the deck slopes, and it has downspouts, so that water doesn't just sit on the deck. That was a real challenge with the tape. A real challenge. All right, we are currently in the process of going down in the bilge, and we are going to take out the batteries, because on our trip over to getting the boat out of the water, for some reason, our coolant boxes overflowed and filled up our battery boxes. That was an unexpected twist. So Lenny is currently taking off the, what are the posts?
Yeah, the cables.
The cables off the posts of the batteries so that we can take it completely out. We have a trash bag that is going to act as our battery holder for the time being. And then I am going to get down there and squirt it out and clean some so that our bilges don't look like they currently do. I'll show you that in a second once I turn. So there's Lenny. This is currently what we're working with. It's real dirty down there.
Real dirty.
Success! Those would be the coolant fluid boxes that I was just talking about. And so our second battery box is full of coolant. It's a fun added twist.
I'm too big for most of these jobs, so I have to really think through my body.
I really feel like you were standing down in there before, babe.
I do too. These are really cool. Katie got, as a teacher, of course, she thought of pencil pouches for all my sockets. And it is so much better.
Because all of our sockets were just in our gigantic toolbox, just rolling around, and we were like, we need this size. And we're like, we don't know where all of them are. So it was a problem.
Okay, hold on. Let's not make the same mistake as before. we need to take a picture of the wires.
Are you going to need me to grab it, or are you just going to set it on the bag?
Set it.
They're really, really light.
The box looked great.
Yeah, because that one didn't overflow with coolant.
Right. Do you want the box out, though?
Yeah. Because I think that's just going to be easier for me to get underneath of them. Underneath is the dirty part. I can lift that, baby. You don't have enough. The bottom of the box is less than promising. Gross.
So I move this one back.
Ooh, that smell is ripe. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Tree 2 has one red and one black.
We have to count how many wires are running to the batteries so that we know that we put them back the right way. Now, putting them back the right way is really putting them back the wrong way, that the way that it's been, because it's not wired correctly. I'm going to figure that out next. That's not the point of this. The point of this is to put it back like it was, at least, so that the boat will run at least as good as she was running before I clean it up. And we'll talk about that later on my electrical plans.
And we're not going to?
Dead sure.
Very good. Have to tell him this every battery.
It's only happened once.
Well, it was scary enough the first time. Oh, I hear all the liquid. That's probably really good for our batteries.
Fuck.
That was a challenge.
You can help.
Okay.
Alright, your turn.
No. Get your hand out of here. I got this.
One hand it.
I am strong. How much liquid is in that?
A lot.
Okay, I'm going to put the phone. Ooh.
Fun fact, that pulls out. Didn't know that.
Ooh, I just put lots of splinters in my bottom.
1, 2. Well, I don't know where gloves, you might ask. Great question. I got nothing.
Leave a comment down below of great gloves that actually let you feel your fingers, because that's his biggest thing, is that he can't feel his fingers in gloves. So he takes them off every time I put them on his hands.
That's true. Just want to get on record, Katie just threatened me with physical violence.
I wouldn't have to threaten him with physical violence if he wasn't making rash decisions. He just put a foot of soapy water down in the bottom of our bilge. He's so proud of himself.
Solving problems. So we're running soapy water down the bilge, and Katie's using her little grabber to set it off the bilge so it cleans some of it out. Which we had to hook up through on top of the generator.
It's not good to say jerry rig, is it?
No.
I said it anyways.
No, it's just a simple rewiring. Now that beautiful Dawn soap that saves the ducks is going to work.
Saves the ducks, it can save our boat. Except it's very silvery.
50% less scrubbing too is what the bottle says, so that's what we're gonna say. I guess 50% of what is the better question. Yeah, just don't overdo that, you're gonna kill the pump. You just gotta know, when she stops sucking, you cannot get her to suck more. It never works out well.
I can't reach that.
Nope.
You do that.
Yeah. You gotta get in there.
Get in there how?
Maybe you need a pole with a scrubber on the end. Maybe get a better tool.
Where does that tool exist from? Do you have a scrubber with a pole?
No, but what about like a mop?
What, do we have a mop?
No, but we can get one. Otherwise, you're trying to do something you can't do.
Well, maybe I can use...
Oh, there you go. Now we're MacGyver.
Well, kind of, except MacGyver made it go sideways.
Yeah.
I touched it. I touched the butt.
We've tried to clean the bilge and we're not happy with it. It's still gross. So we're gonna take a pause and we're going to go to the store and get some, a mop and some more clean air so we could do that some more. Now, Katie is reaching into the seawater pump to get pieces of the impeller that broke off and they were up in the hose pump. Just trying to get that out so that I don't have to take the whole seawater pump apart to get them out. Then we can replace the impeller, which was supposed to be an easy job. And hopefully Barney will not run hot. We will see.
Who is Barney?
Barney is our port side engine. Our engine's names are Fred and Barney. Fred's the starboard, Barney's the port. Fred was rebuilt before we got Andiamo, when her name was Shadow Lady. And we were told about Barney running hot, but the previous owner didn't do anything about it, and we knew we would need to. So luckily, when I pulled the impeller off, I found out that it was indeed just torn to shit. So we were able to get that off. However, tons of pieces of the impeller are broken off and are now in that seawater pump leading up to the hose where it runs through the boat. And now Katie's cleaning it out so that when I replace the impeller, it flows properly and it keeps the boat nice and cool. And so Barney's not running hot. Before now, too, that we have not recorded, we have fixed. We had a throttle issue. We had this thing that was like a combiner. It made so your RPMs were always at the same. When you turned it on, they always ran the same between your left and your right.
John called it our cruise.
John called it our cruise, but...
Do you know this pipe is off of here?
Pipe?
Did you take that off of there?
What pipe? Yeah, I took that off because I thought I was going to take that whole thing off. Before I thought your little fingers could get in there. So, we fixed that. We took off what our neighbor John's calling the cruise, which that's interesting, but we don't need cruise. I will never just walk away from the boat while it's running.
Give me the needle nose pliers, please.
That's nothing I would ever do. Okay. I have to go be a good helper for Katie. No. This is how many pieces of the impeller that Katie has pulled out of the seawater housing that was all shoved right there. That's our seawater pump. It was all shoved inside that hole. So she's worked with her cute little fingers to get it all out of there.
I lost a chunk of finger.
She lost a chunk of finger trying to get it out. But it is mostly free and clear now. We are deciding at what point it's clear enough to go ahead and install the new impeller and hope that the pressure pushes the rest of the way out. The seawater pump works, the seawater works along with the normal, just like your car has the internal cooling system, radiator, you know, antifreeze, all that stuff. That coolant system is included on this boat, as well as the seawater tank. So there's a closed system, and that's part of this that I'm kicking on my foot, that the internal, we'll call it freshwater tank, uses to cool the engine. And then there's the seawater tank that way in the back of the here on this side. This is Fred. Barney's got one too. That's the heat transfer. It's called the heat transfer tank, and that allows the seawater. That's where the seawater comes up, and it's basically takes the heat off of the fresh water and then moves it out through the combustion. That's the way it's supposed to work. Now ours on this side, the impeller is a little piece. It looks like a, here, let me find ours. It looks like this.
Do you want me to heat up both of yours, babe?
Yes. It looks like this normally. This is what the pieces, that's all these little ridges that Katie was pulling out of there, because ours at some point just kind of burnt out, fell apart, whatever. And so we got to put the new one in, but we want to make sure, I pulled the hose out, that way is clear for the seawater to flow through and do its job. So that's where we currently are. We have been at it since 9 o'clock this morning, maybe more 10, so about 2 hours working on that. We also, of course, did our bilge cleaning job, which you're just never satisfied with the state of the bilge, I guess, but ours is still pretty yucky. We're gonna get a mop and some more soap and just keep working on that while we're on the hard. We'll probably do that maybe once a month for the next 3 months, just to get it better. The benefit of it being clean, the bilge clean on the hard, or in general, is that you can see if you have leaks. The way our state of ours currently is, you can't see if there's a leak. We have no idea because it's gross down there. So if we clean it up, then we'll be able to see stuff better. That's our plan anyway, and we're only going to do what we can do because we have to move forward. Today, I intended on fixing our water leak, which we have. I fixed one, and then that brought to light that there was another one. So I got to fix that one. And I was going to start looking at our generator, which has never been used since we bought it, the boat, Andiamo. But I can already tell there's no coolant in it at all. And we need to make sure that the coolant and the fluids are in it. And then I want to hopefully just fire it up and see it working. It is also freshwater or seawater cooled. So in order to work it, we have to connect hoses. Nothing works the same on a boat. Everything's wet, everything's dirty, everything's moving. So I think I'm just going to label in my book, I'm going to draw a schematic and label it. That way that can't get ruined. So Katie is now cleaned out on our seawater pump, side that leads to the engine, but she's finding that on the side that comes from the outside, the hose leading in, there are oysters and big shells that are caught up in there, which is a big problem because that's probably what broke the impeller in the first place. Now on the other end of this hose, it goes to what's called a seacock. Seacock is a connection between the outside underwater to the inside of the boat where the hose is. And the seacock has a screen that's supposed to keep everything out of it, but obviously it's not. So we're going to look at the screen as well. And Katie is using this little saw blade to try to clean out the shells that are coming through. And she's got, look at that whole handful. Holy cow. It came out of there. Wow.
This side's significantly easier to reach though, because it's on this side.
That's good.
So small win.
Take our wins where we can. How you
I think
feeling?
I'm sufficiently satisfied. I don't feel any more rubbers. I don't feel any more shellies.
Fingered my hole and got it all clean.
My hands are black again. Love that for me. I like, look at, that's a full-on oyster shell.
Oh.
There's a couple of them in here.
That's incredible. That is definitely probably what led to the impeller not being...
Implosion?
Yeah.
Look at these two big old chunks that were in there.
Wow. Alright, I can put the impeller on?
I think so.
Excellent. Good job.
Where's the screen at? On the ground?
Mm-hmm.
Like by the water?
By the water?
By the seacock, I mean, or
Yeah.
is it by the hose?
It's on the seacock, underneath the boat.
Uh-huh.
The seacock, the screen goes around, like there's no open hole to the ocean. It goes through a screen.
Okay.
That screen is
Well, we need to test that screen.
potentially needs, yeah, we can go look at it.
Because based off the amount of shells that were in there, I have a strong feeling it's not there anymore.
Okay. There's something there, but yeah, it could be damaged. It might need replaced. Okay, my turn to work. My time to shine, as you would say. Katie is wiping off the rails so that from now on when we walk on the deck, there's no shoes. No shoes on the deck. It's a rule with every other boat ever. And now we have to get it set up for us. Look at her up there in the sun sweeping the deck. Magnificent.
Mother.
Just don't stop. Let me do it. Preserve your nails.
My nail that was like this. Cuts to do to get around the posts at the helm station. It's nice because it's just a foot by a foot, according to Lenny. He did the measuring. I was not responsible.
My knee pads.
Yes, the carpet's a little rough on the knees. It's very nice on the feet though. It'll be interesting to see how it wears in the sun, but the deck overall has gotten a facelift with the paint. This is more just for our feet.
And aesthetically.
Yes, it does look very nice up there. It'll look nice with the new name too in blue.
Blue and gold.
I'll have to get some ND pillows.
Oh girl, you said it.
Ta-da! Perfect.
Oh, it's not there.
Somebody had sand on their feet.
Somebody come get her.
She's dancing like a skin. Hang on. Put my little pieces down. Dangerous thing down. And on the gear. Okay.
Let's see if I fucked up.
Let's not lead with that.
I got it.
See if I fucked up. One. You can pull it that way just a bit if you need to.
Yep.
Okay.
Hey-yo! That looks great.
Woohoo! Looks so good. Join us next time as we continue to tackle more projects working toward getting Andiamo back in the water and ready for our next adventure. Don't forget to like and subscribe to catch all of our latest videos and updates.